Marjorie Greene is currently in the middle of her rebranding effort, and it's clear that she wants to launder her reputation to be seen as a more serious member of Congress. She even blamed the internet for sucking her into the QAnon conspiracy theory world, and she makes the case in this video. Let's watch.
The Democrats stripped you of your community assignments after you were elected. That was raw politics. But in fairness, didn't you also say around that period that you had been a follower of QAnon conspiracy theories and you had rethought this and you were no longer influenced by the group?
Well, like a lot of people today, I had easily gotten sucked into some things I'd seen on the internet, but that was dealt with quickly early on. I never campaigned on those things. That was not something I believed in. That's not what I ran for Congress on. So those are so far in the past.
Are they? Are they so far in the past? I would venture to say that is not the case, just based on the evidence and the receipts that we have ready to go to show the audience. But before we do, Cenk, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Do you think that Marjorie Greene has, turned a new leaf?
Oh my God, she's so reasonable now. It's a green leaf that she's turned. No, of course not. But there is something very interesting in the story, which is that she's trying to become more mainstream. So what this tells you is she definitely wants higher office, whether it's Trump's VP pick or maybe Ron DeSantis' VP pick or whatever it might be, or run for president herself. She is definitely taking a number of steps, including this one, to clean up her reputation. Because so she said, "Oh, I don't believe in the Jewish space lasers anymore," et cetera, in the past. But I had not seen a full renunciation of QAnon as thorough as this one. Like please, I was misled by, of course I don't believe in those QAnon people. That's the first time I'm seeing it that clearly. And to me, that means I'm pivoting. So there you go, here comes politician pivoting towards trying to get credibility for higher office.
And who knows, maybe she learned a lesson from Lauren Boebert's incredibly close reelection. And by the way, we've got a Lauren Boebert statement in just a moment. But before we get to that, the receipts, starting with this. She once said this: "Have you guys been following 4chan, Q, any of that stuff?" Greene said in a November 2017 social media post, according to the Washington Post. "Q is a patriot. We know that for sure. He is someone that very much loves his country and he's on the same page as us, and he is very pro-Trump." But if you're arguing, I don't know, 2017, it's been a while, maybe she's had a come to Jesus moment. Well, we've got other examples. Let's watch.
Is it gonna be true that the child pedophilia in the elites in the Washington, D.C., is that what we're really gonna see come out?
She suggested the Parkland and Sandy Hook school shootings were false flag operations and that the attacks of 9/11 were staged.
2 shootings on July 4th, one in a rich white neighborhood and the other at a fireworks display. It almost sounds like it's designed to persuade Republicans to go along with more gun control.
So that is a gigantic wall of text, but I will sum it up for you. The Camp Fire in California, the worst wildfire in California to that point, she believes was not caused by electrical equipment from PG&E. She believes that space lasers owned by the Rothschilds were beaming energy back to America, and a blue beam of light shot California and burned down the forest.
Hey, who's that guy? He's really good. So look, there's endless examples. And in fact, another person calling her out is Lauren Boebert. So here's what she said today, quote, "I have been asked to explain MTG's, Marjorie Taylor Greene's, belief on Jewish space lasers, on why she showed up to a white supremacist conference. I'm just not going to go there," Boebert told the Associated Press. "She wants to say all these things and seem unhinged on Twitter, so be it." Now, Lauren Boebert has her own motivations. She is very salty that the Republican Party, in her mind, abandoned her during her reelection campaign. And so she's lashing out at folks. But where's the lie? I mean, she did accurately call Marjorie Greene out for some of the unhinged things that she has said in the past.
Yeah, so I love that when Republicans turn on each other, but especially the extreme Republicans. There's nothing wrong with internal party fighting. I'm not in the mainstream media camp. I think that could be healthy, whether it's for Republicans or Democrats. But this is just like, this is all silly stuff because Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene still agree on, I would imagine, nearly 100% of policies, which is give the rich everything, hate everyone that doesn't look like us and act like us and believe in the same way that we do, or in religious terms, etc. So it's a fight between the two. But at the end of the day, they have different political agendas, and that's why you're seeing this. Almost none of it is authentic opinion. Boebert is trying to make herself seem more moderate. By the way, joining Matt Gaetz in that McCarthy fight was not the right way to do it, and Boebert's not very bright. But every other comment has been her trying to be, oh, I'm more moderate than Marjorie Taylor Greene. Don't put me in the same boat as her. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is now trying to say, oh no, I am a very moderate person. I can run for president or vice president, no problem. But they don't mean any of this stuff.
No, and what I'm curious about, and I hesitate to bring this up because it could lead to a very lengthy rant, is if the media is gonna help Marjorie Greene in her reputation laundering effort. And my guess is yes, that they're probably gonna assist with that. We'll see.
Kurtz also asked her if Biden was legitimately elected, and she said, oh, Biden's the president, that's a silly question. What do you mean it's a silly question? You continue to back Donald Trump, who says that he is not legitimately elected. And you continue to question the 2020 elections up until this moment. It's not remotely a silly question, it's a very pertinent question, and you're a lunatic who made up a bunch of lies about the 2020 election, and you wanna have your cake and have the base go, oh yeah, Biden's not the real president. And at the same time go on TV and be like, oh me, that's a silly question. Of course I know Biden's president. Get the hell out of here.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.